but he was never caught up in it at all. Well, now he's caught in it. He caught himself in it. So he went there, and Will and Massey and Sam Sr. just tore into him. He became hysterical. Why won't they let me do this? Why can't we do this? So da 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 da. And he just says, "I'm gone." And he came over to my room because they got to get ready for the second show. He wasn't. No, came into my room. Weren't in there 2 minutes, and there's a knock at the door. Who's at the door? The manager of the hotel and the manager of the casino. Now, a lot of people don't know this. Back in those days, it wasn't the hotel manager that ran the hotel. The casinos ran everything. That's what they're there for. That's where the money is at. So the guy said, "What, were you crazy? Sammy, what's the matter with you?" And Sammy said, "I just wanted to get something to eat from one of the restaurants." And he said, "Well, what about the show?" He said, "Well, let me tell you about the show." And Sammy was always very respectful. Always respectful. No matter what color you are. He was that way. He said, "Sir, let me explain something to you. Twice a night, I bring 1,800 people into this showroom. They come to see me. And I can't go to the coffee shop and get a steak." He says, "Well, I'll tell you what. You go to back to the dressing room, and you tell my uncle and you tell my father to put on their tuxedos because they're going to do the second show. I refuse to go." Well, you had to be there because you had to see their faces. He absolutely, in the nicest possible way, said, "Fuck you. This is what I want now, and I'm not going to take this anymore." So they had to give in. There's nothing much they could do but to say, "Well, Sam, we'll work out something so you can eat in the coffee shop. We'll give you a table over in the corner someplace where you and your uncle and whatever can go in there." Now, in Las Vegas, during those days, me or anybody in the troupe, the people that run the hotel, the management, all know who you are. You may never get called or talked to, but they know who you are. They know who I was. I was the guy that's traveling with Sammy. My name was Arthur Silber, Anyway, and so he tells Sammy, "Well, this is what we'll do for you." And like I said, they gave him, or they were setting up the position to be able to go into the coffee shop. And, at least that far. Nobody said about anything going into the casino. That was absolutely not. So, and he turns to me and says, "And you, Mr. Silber, you make sure that he does." And Sammy, and here's where the title of the book came from, goes like this. I'm standing back here, and he says, "Don't worry about him. He's my shadow." That's the title of my book, Sammy Davis Jr., Me and My Shadow. He named the book. Back then, in those days, who knew it was going to be a book? At any rate, that is the door that he broke down for black performers to be able to eat in the hotel, in the coffee shop or something, not in the big one, but nothing to do with gambling. But he did that just to, that's the door he put. That's a major door, a major door. Every black performer in the world thanked him all their lives for letting them be able to come stay in the hotel where they were appearing. And one of the first people that thanked him for it was Lena Horne, by the way.
Let me ask a couple questions.
Yes.
Real quick. So when you first started, you and Sammy first became real good friends. At what level was Sammy, as far as like his talent, his work? What type of places was he?
Well, let's put it. That's a good question. I'll put it in. When I first met Sammy, Sammy did nothing but tap dance. And that's all.
What type of places was he playing?
Oh, minor nightclubs. If you were in San Francisco, you'd play down where all the strip clubs were and things like that until he reached the area of the Fairmont Hotel. That's a big jump. The Tenderloin area, those kind of clubs.
What do you think you were with him in this growth. Then, from when he was playing these little clubs to now in Vegas and opening doors for other black performers. So, like, tell me about that little journey. Like, what was that like to be with someone, to watch someone go from relative
Well,
obscurity
it's